So-called Internet of Things devices are particularly problematic for default passwords. As an example, Brian Krebs's blog was hit by a 665 gigabit per second distributed denial of service attack that was said to come from hundreds of thousands of compromised Internet of Things devices. The issue with these devices is that there are huge numbers of them, and if any particular device has a default password, there may be hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands of the devices out there, all with exactly the same default password. The Mirai botnet exploits this and uses only a fairly few number of passwords that it tries, and they're listed right here. The idea is it goes out with this very small dictionary of passwords and tries different IP addresses, trying to log in with just those sets of credentials. There aren't that many. And it finds out that it can get 500,000 devices that it can log in and compromise just with this set of credentials. The idea is that a default password that is not changed by the user or a master password that becomes known can make huge numbers of devices vulnerable to be converted into botnets that are then used to launch distributed denial of service attacks or otherwise cause havoc. While many of these default passwords are the usual suspects of very easily guessed passwords, there are a few that are kind of interesting. For example, the one I've circled, 7UJMK and so on, is a moderately random password that would be difficult to guess by chance and would take a while to brute force. But the point is, because it's the same on every single device, once you find out that's the default password, then you don't need to guess, you just try it. So even a seemingly randomized password, if it's the same on every device and becomes compromised, is no better than 1, 2, 3, 4.